Hi, I'm Chester Wisniewski, Senior Security Advisor here at Sophos. The purpose of this demonstration is to discuss how iframes and script tags are being used to infect websites and inflict harm on innocent web surfers. We often call these drive-by attacks, and I'm going to show a few examples that explain how this works. I've created a couple of web pages. One page has got some very meaningful text, and it has a link to a second page. It's just a basic web page pointing to another page. One of the things that we realized in the 90s is that sometimes you want to combine the content of one page and put it inside of another. So Microsoft introduced the idea of an inline frame, or an iframe, an Internet Explorer which was later adopted into the HTML specification. Iframes allow you to embed a web page from one site into your page seamlessly. This was great back in the 90s when we all had modems because it accelerated the downloading of websites so you could refresh just one piece of a page with new content and not have to reload all the graphics and navigation and all the other parts of the site. Here I've built an example of an iframe page. You can see that I took the page 2 that we linked to previously and embedded that inside the first page. In reality, we're loading two different web pages and displaying them as one. These could even be on two different web servers. When we go back to Internet Explorer and we browse to that page, we can see what a basic iframe looks like. Now that we understand what iframes are and what they're for, one of the things that malware authors are doing is exploiting a few features of them. One of which is that the width and height can be set to 0 by 0. And if you have a 0 by 0 iframe, in essence, you're loading the content from that page and executing it, yet you're not actually displaying anything in the browser. So if you look at one of these in Internet Explorer, we'll see that there's nothing there. It's totally blank. Yet it actually went and retrieved the other web page. It's just not displaying it because you told it that the size was 0 by 0. Firefox renders this slightly differently than IE in that when you go to a 0 by 0, you get a little dot. It actually draws that frame border around the 0 pixels and kind of draws a little bit more attention to it. However, that's not really helpful. Most people wouldn't notice that, and if you're a bad guy, you can actually get rid of it. We can just adjust it to make it thicker, or in this case, I'll say frame border equal to 0. And when I save that and reload, the dot goes away in Firefox. So we can see that with 0 by 0 iframes, you can hide pages inside of other pages. I've built some scripts to show what a bad page might look like when these guys are doing this stuff. They can embed JavaScript inside of a malicious page that they're hosting externally. In this case, I'm going to trigger an alert and I'm going to say, "How are you? I'm executing in your browser." So I'll save that JavaScript. Bad page is your normal website, and within it, I've hidden one of these 0 by 0 iframes, and I've pointed it at an external web page that I've built called pagescript.html. Pagescript we'll see is actually another innocent looking page that has a script tag in it pointing at my JavaScript. This is exactly how the attacks on the internet are going down. The cybercriminal will first find a way to embed one of these invisible iframes in your website. The malicious iframe points to a site that they control where they point a script tag at some malicious JavaScript, and this might be fake antivirus or other kinds of exploits. It could even be a booby-trapped PDF file or Flash file, whatever type of attack they want. But the key is that it's embedded invisibly into your website, and then it gets executed even though nothing is rendered on the screen. So if I go to /badpage.html, you'll notice IE gives me a warning. I'm going to bypass that for the purposes of this demo, and we're going to allow that active scripting content. And there's my bad iframe page. We don't see anything being rendered because the content is hidden in the iframe. All the code that is hidden is actually running on your computer though, and that's why we see the alert. Hopefully, this shines some light on how iframes work and how users are being victimized by these drive-by attacks. Stay on top of this threat and more by checking out all the available videos and resources found here, or sign up for a live Anatomy of Attack event in a community near you.